Welcome everyone to Inside Gyros. Very special day today. We have super crosswind. We're gonna do kite surfing for adults. I want to explain why what the gyroplanes can do different than a helicopter and a fixed wing. So join me for the takeoff. I will explain later what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the sport operation of a gyroplane, and we're also going to talk about the professional operation for law enforcement and force multiplier for the law enforcement agencies, and what the things you can do with these kind of machines, saving a lot of money and multiplying the resources of any agency. So join me for the takeoff. Let's go for the playground and have some fun in the air. Rockledge traffic, Gyroplane November 313 taking runway 18 for a westbound departure, Rockledge. Alright, before takeoff checklist, parking brake set, fuel pump on, navigation lights off, transponder, go to Charlie mode, check controls, full back, full forward, and around. There we go. Just check that everything is fine, that you feel your controls, that is not crapping and anything is feeling weird or stop and go. If you feel something like that, you immediately avoid the takeoff. We're going to perform our rotation. We're ready, all in green. Have the temperatures. We pre-rotate. This system uses a clutch. We engage, we wait until we get some inertia. We check our rotor tach. Alright, we have rotor tach is alive. We keep the RPM a little bit above 1600. Alright, just meanwhile the rotor gets some inertia. Today is a 90 degrees crosswind, not big deal for a gyroplane. Just remember to keep your rotor to the wind and open it. As soon as you're in the air, you let the machine go to the wind. So we're right now without doors, so we will feel the wind and we will have some fun, alright? Alright, 80 RPMs, we just keep pushing a little bit, just start our synchronization with 100 RPMs, we go 10 degrees back, from the middle position to 10 degrees back, alright? 120, now we can just go and help with the engine, 1800, 2000, 160 on the RPM, 170. You just let it, there we go, that's a nice synchronization, 190, and we go. Remember, the kite. Now we start putting some power, keep an eye on it, nose goes up, there we go, and the machine goes up. We are in the air. Immediately we let the machine goes to the wind. We let the machine go to the wind, so she starts climbing by herself, alright? It's very important. Alright. I'm not using today the ballast, just to understand how we can perform and what's the difference with the loading on the aircraft, alright? And how the job will keep, alright? Alright, 300. Just keep climb thrust. Alright, we clear the area. Stand by for 400 feet. Alright, it's a little bit windy. I'm gonna block this off so we don't have some flags around. There we go. There we go. So, we have a lot of wind. And the idea today is to feel the wind. We have the string here that you can see, and just keep it in the middle. So that means the gyroplane will not have drag around. When you fly with the crab angles in a gyroplane, let me just avoid some birds. Wildlife crossing. There we go. When you fly in a gyroplane, you are pulling the big umbrella, right? Remember that. We trim it a little bit. We just need a tiny bit of trim. We don't need too much. There we go. So we're pulling the big umbrella. If you start doing crab angles and you relate too much with the with the, sorry about that, just gonna put it down here, there we go, safe. If we relate on the pedals, right, just keep it in the middle, so the air goes around the cabin, right? Going around the cabin keeps the drag off. So if you have any issue, if you have any emergency, you have already very good airflow around, so you remove a lot of the drag. All right, 700 feet, after takeoff checklist, we're going to put the auxiliary pump off. Aircraft is set. 600 feet, we are good to start the maneuvers. Before we start the maneuvers and the kite surfing for adults, I just want to inform you guys and congratulate the first 5 machines that are coming to the United States. June, at the end in June, we will have the first delivery, and at the end of July, the second delivery for the other 3 machines. They're going to be in Utah, California, Texas, New Hampshire, and Kansas. All right. So congratulations to the new owners. We are working hard to get you the best top-notch machines, and you will have a lot of fun. So we're going to approach to our playground zone, so we avoid any houses or any confusion. We keep the transponder on. All right. So as you see, without the ballast, I can use a little bit of trim. The airplane is completely stable, and it will fly a little bit like this. So we're compensated with the ballast, it will be right in the middle. But in general, it's no big deal. If you start your gyroplane training and you don't have too many hours and you're in a side-by-side, it's strongly recommended to use the ballast, so in the takeoff you don't have any weird issues or something, all right? Okay, let's find a nice area to work. We understand that in the day, we're 3 miles from the shoreline, so the air around here, the air loses quickly the energy, quicker than the water. So it starts rising and start soaking all the air from the coast, because the water is absorbing the energy right now. It saves the energy for the night. So that means the wind is coming this way. So we are just trying to, the wind is trying to fill this area. So the wind coming from the shoreline. So we're gonna put the machine, there we go, to the shoreline, and we're gonna perform our first maneuver. That's the slow flight. The slow flight is a really nice maneuver. We will put the ground speed on the camera. Right now we have 20 knots. I'm right to the wind. There we go. I'm just trying to get my string, and I'm using my nose windows as a reference, all right, as a reference. So this is kite surfing for adults. Now I'm gonna start drifting to the right and to the left, trying not, there we go. I get a little bit of sinking. There we go. A little bit of sinking, so I just apply a little bit more power, and you just keep it in position. Keep it in position. A little bit of right pedal. There we go. Keep it in position. And as soon as I will start surfing, as soon as I will start doing the surfing, I just cut the engine and let the machine go down again. There we go. Get some speed. We're gonna claim the altitude again. We clear the area for our maneuver and just go back to 600, and we start surfing for adults. This is the fun thing about the gyroplanes, the sport thing about gyroplanes. You actually fly with the wind. There is a lot of inquiries. Let me go a little bit far away from the antennas over there, so we can continue our explanation. I really hope the audio is good. All right. So, people try sometimes to mix the gyroplane and try to make the gyroplane behave like a fixed wing or a helicopter. And we are not a fixed wing, and we are not a helicopter, all right? We look like a helicopter, we kind of fly like a fixed wing, but we are not, we're a different beast, all right? There you go. Now we're clear of obstacles. We're gonna put some power to go up. Remember, the power is what it keeps you up and down, all right? There you go. Now she will start climbing by herself. We just point to the wind. There we go. Keep our stream straight. And she start climbing. 400 feet per minute. Not even pushing. This is the good thing. Flying in a straight line is really boring. If a lot of people wants to get a gyroplane for cross countries, you can do cross countries. I have done really crazy cross countries in Saudi Arabia. I flew from Buraida to Riyadh. I also flew in Brazil, in Pará state, in Belém, on the river, on the Amazon River. In Colombia, I crossed the Andes actually from Bogota to the center Cordillera. That is the Andes divide in three in Colombia. So from Bogota in the East Cordillera until the West Cordillera and to the Pacific. I did it in one of these machines, 1,400 feet. There is some picture somewhere around when I was working with the Army, doing some work for the Army. It takes a lot of time and effort to cross country because you relate on a big umbrella. You relate on the wind. Right now, if you see, I'm just literally playing with the birds. There we go. That's a beautiful 1,600 feet per minute. It just pushed me up this beautiful thermal. So now I have, and this is surfing for adults. I'm like really trying to slow my speed. And this is the fun of the gyroplane. This is the platform. Additionally, the Tercels and the AG915s, these particular platforms, we just take advantage of the high maneuverability, all right? The high maneuverability and the high stability of these platforms literally make them the best machine for having fun, because you can literally, what I'm doing is I'm just surfing the wave of the wind. It's coming the wind and I'm literally surfing. And this is a really nice practice exercise for you, just to jump in the wind, try to fly as slow as you can, trying to keep in the altitude with the power and with the small inputs. And I'm just using my pedals, you know, controlling the pedals. I'm using a little bit of right pedal right now just to slide the wave. And I'm just moving in this direction, sliding my wave. There we go. Another really nice thermal is coming up, and I actually can cut the engine almost all. There we go. We're just keeping it in the air with really, really, really low. That's amazing. We're gonna lower a little bit our rotor here. We're gonna do some maneuvers. There we go. Just using the wind on the dime, and we come back. There you go. There you go. This is the amazing things about the gyroplanes. Also in the landings, if you're flying the other side-by-sides, you will not have the view from the ground, so you have to keep the reference on the sides because they don't have this kind of view. So use your sides just to keep track of and balance, to just keep this kind of, you know, hovering. I'm just trying to hover as much as I can. There we go. We loaded again our rotor. And the other thing you can do really fun is clear a really nice area that without cables or something, just the crops area is really good for that. And you just let her down. You just cut the engine and let her down. And you can have a lot of fun close to the ground. Be careful. Be really careful. Do not try this at home. Again, this is not an example. This is just things you can do with the gyroplanes. I'm just making an example. I have enough hours and enough training as a test pilot to perform these maneuvers. So don't try this at home. Don't do these stupid things. Just keep it nice and easy. Baby steps on the gyroplane. But we can do it. Why? Because if we lost the engine and we keep, remember, now we're going low, we cannot be slow. If you go low, you cannot be slow. So now we need to keep up on speed. And we're going to have some fun around this area. You see, there's a clear area that I already prepared, but I was very, I was checking. There is no cables and there is no one around that can be bothered. So we're going to keep our speed on top of 60 knots. There we go. And we're going to do some maneuvers here. Tough maneuvers. There we go. Just keep your speed always on the eye. And have some fun. If you lost your engine, immediately check your speed, make a normal landing. If you have your crops, just land in the crops lines. Do not cross 90 degrees because you can flip over in the case of an emergency, all right? Just be careful with the water. I mean, I don't want to swim today. I'm going to put some power here. Now we're going to go around. That's the beautiful thing about gyroplanes. You can just load the rotor. There you go. That's what you can do with a gyroplane. Don't try this at home. Get your CFI to teach you some of these maneuvers. Get some experienced pilots to do it. This is not my first rodeo, of course. But this is the kind of things you can do. If you have a ranch, for example, that's when we can start making let's say where I can explain what professionally you can do. If you have a ranch, if you have a big area, and having a helicopter is really expensive. Remember, this is not easy. You need a lot of training, and you need mechanics, and it takes more, again, time and effort. So if you have a ranch and you can have one of these machines, you can check your areas, your waters, the cattle, all the cows or the horses. You will be way more efficient. In Australia, they use gyroplanes a lot for do cowboy work. If you see something that is interesting, a little bit of wind in the cabin, you just turn around. There you go. Remember, I'm doing this. I know the area. I've been planning this for a couple days before. So this is not the first time I come here. Don't do this if you don't know the area, because we are a little bit low. We're 200, 300 feet. And it's not really interesting to do it if you see some lines or something. Just prepare your areas, all right? There we go. Loading your rotor. Remember, when you pull back your rotor, be careful with your RPMs. Right now we're super light, so we can just literally play. The tandems are amazing also for this kind of play. I mean, they're not multi-purpose as this machine, because with this machine we can do professional work, we can do fun in the air, we can do a lot of things. The tandems, they are also really fun. and look at that. I mean, really, it's like you feel like a children again when you start playing in your car's window. This is amazing. All right, let's get serious back again. We're gonna take some altitude, and I want to explain, if you're watching this video and you work for any law enforcement, if you're in the sheriff department, if you're local police, if border patrol, for example, I want to show you what is the real force multiplier. So let me see, they're still recording. There we go. Force multiplier, what it means. For less the price of a pickup truck, of a complete pickup truck, of a cruiser for law enforcement, you can get one of these machines, and you will have the eye in the sky. I know it's not a helicopter, but how much money your department can save having one of these machines? Because you can have air support almost 24 hours for less than $200, let's say, even less than $200 an hour. You can have one of your deputies on board. You can have Google Eyes. You can have cameras, FLIR cameras. If you're gonna do an operation, if you are taking care of an area, a big area, sheriff, for example, sometimes they have to take care all of these, the county, all this sector, and it's very difficult to do it from the ground. In the cities, for example, at evening, if there is a funny car in the parking lot or something, the same things you do with the helicopter or with the Hueys. But how much you pay for the Huey, even if you get it for free? How much you pay for the Huey? How much your department is paying for the Huey? So, Coast Guard, check it out. I think in this camera it's better to see how cool it is. So we can check if there is a funny car or there's a group of people we can take care of when the high school is over, when the schools is over. You just scramble the little bird. You just check around at the traffic. There is no kids around playing, doing something stupid. We're all young. We do stupid things. Coast Guard, just taking care of shark brigades. Taking care of the surfers. The young surfers in the air, we're the adults here, having fun. Anyway, all of these things are the interesting things you can do with a gyroplane. If you want to get more information, give us a call, send us an email, airgyro.com. You will get all the information. Airgyro, again, we have more than a decade providing all the information and all the support, facilitating gyroplanes for people. So, Rockledge, book your training with us. We have a Florida Gyro Training Alliance. Blades over me with Dr. Raul Salazar, PhD. He's also from the FAA Safety Board. He is in charge of all the ground training and the tandem training. So when you come and train with us in this alliance we have in the East Coast of Florida, you will be able to fly different machines, side by side, tandems. Even we have Germans, we have the Italians. Soon we will have the Blazer, that is the top-notch Italian bird that's coming here from Baco. Sky Blazer is also here. 2 locations, builder's assistance, machines from different prices, tandem, open cockpit. We have the Rangers also around here. They can go and train, they can go and test your aircraft. Fly safe, read your manuals, and let's go and land today. Have fun in the air. Remember, the wind is your partner in a gyroplane. You fly by gravity and because of the wind. So the god Eolo loved this machine, and you can surf in the air. This is what you can do with a gyroplane. So have fun in your gyroplane. If you want to have the experience, come for a weekend. We have weekend packages. Come for a weekend, have fun in the air with us. We can help you out with the transportation and accommodation, so you can have a really nice weekend with your family, flying gyroplanes, learning, and kite surfing for adults. Thank you guys, to my friends, Semper Fi.